Shalom. Shalom. Before I begin, I got to begin by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Korash. In double honors and respecting to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, in peace, blessings, and salutations unto the whole elect. This is your brother Ahsh-Rawchaa. I'm back at you again through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai to bring this word to the best of my ability. Well, this lesson right here, I wanted to flow through the spirit and go over a couple points on this place is done for. So jumping straight into this, man, Lord, is edifying to the elect, and everything's coming through smoothly, and most of all, I'm making sense, but I say again, this place is done for. What place am I talking about? I'm talking about America, Babylon the Great. At one point in time, man, this was a place to be. At one point in time, man, everybody was prospering here. They wanted to buy a house, man. They had more than enough to buy that house. And at the same time, man, buy a car as well and have a nice job that was able to take care of everything they needed, their daily necessities and needs. But now look how everything is going. That female that at one point in time was like, what, 18, 19, 20 years old, red dress, nice lipstick, hair did, you know what I'm saying? Nails did, smelling good, looking good. Everybody wanted her. Now we're at the point to where don't nobody want her no more. That female's not 18, 19, 20 no more. She's like 60, 70. Hey, the hips don't work the way they used to. The joints don't work the way they used to, all right? And we can see that. And that's tying to what? How this kingdom is, how this kingdom is being run, and the things that are being pushed out within this kingdom. At one point in time, and everybody here was happy, you know what I'm saying? They was, hey, let's go party this, let's go party that, let's go here, let's go there, you know what I'm saying? Hey, my job is this, my job is that, 401k plans and things that we're going to do for retirement and all of that. But now look at what people are saying. Now look at how they're conducting themselves. This place is crumbling, man, and that's 100% evident. That's why I get it back into the topic. This place is done for, all right? At one point in time, I say again, man, this place was shining, man, was glowing. But now look at it. Look at what the other nations, look at this place as. You have more people leaving and going back to their country than you have people coming over here, man. The American dollar is worthless. It's like dung, which is shit. People are going back to their own country and saying, the hell with this place, man. What more is coming to the climax of this story, which is right at the door? This place is done for, man. No man knows the date nor time when everything's going to take place. We don't know when everything's really going to happen. We have no idea when, you know what I'm saying, when the next thing you know, man, everything just happens by the snap of a finger. We have no idea when we're going to get to that point. But through the signs we were given, all right, through how about Shema Shop giving us the odds, seeing ears to hear, man, we can see that we're closer than we've ever been. Things are most definitely happening, and we're closer than we've ever been to the climax of this story. This place is done for, man. This place is not forever. All right, this kingdom is not supposed to go on for forever. All right, Esau's the end of the world, and Jacob's the beginning of it that followeth. All right, this world passed away, the lust thereof, but he that do the will of God about it forever, man. Look at everything that's pushed out within this kingdom. Everything that's put on pedestals in this kingdom. All right, pork, chip, lobster, adultery, sorcery, sodomy, all right? To be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. We have the syllabus on how to conduct ourselves, man. We know what's right from what's wrong, but in a place like this, man, all that's pushed out is wrong. And like it says in the book of Corinthians, man, let all things be done decently and in order. There is no decency or any order to this kingdom. And it's about time for this place to be destroyed. That's why the scripture say, man, in the book of Joel, man, the fats overflow for the wickedness is great. Matter of fact, how does that precept go? Put you in a sickle for the harvest is right. Come get you down for the press is full. The fats overflow for the wickedness is great. Salakia. So that being said, man, this place is ripe for destruction. This place is ripe to be burnt up. And those are exactly the signs that we're coming into. Of course, they're going to be, you know what I'm saying, to build up into that. 1, 2, 3 to 4, not 1 to 4, not 1 to 5. So that being said, man, the sequence of events. And we're undergoing those events right here in front of us, man. It's only a few more things that we're waiting on, all right? What? Jacob's trouble, all right, the mandation of MOTB and World War III, all right? Because right afterwards, man, the Lord's going to come crack the clouds throughout the midst of World War III. We're almost there. Closer than we've ever been. And with everything taking place right here in front of us, with everything going on with the Strait of Hormuz, with everything going on between Israel and the United States, Israel not having any allies, no America either, everything going on between NATO and how they were right around the corner from everybody separating from America, these things are not to be overlooked. These things are not to be, you know what I'm saying, just looked down upon and say, oh yeah, that's never going to happen. No, you're sadly mistaken. It is going to happen. And it's happening right here in front of us, man. That's why I get it back into the topic. This place is done for. 2nd Esdras 9 verse 5. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. And that's what we're going through right now. A lot of people may say, man, we're not in the end. My job is still nice. I'm still making money for my job. I'm still able to pay my bills. Well, shit, good for you. All right? Good for you. But what about the majority of the people? All right? This right here, I got a couple articles. Well, not articles, but this is from Google AI. It says jobs having mass layoffs 2026. Mass layoffs in early 2026 are heavily impacting the tech, shipping, and retail sectors. with over 413,000 workers impacted by large-scale cuts. Major companies leading to the cuts include Amazon, 16,000 plus roles, UPS, 30,000 operational jobs, Meta, 10% of Reality Labs, Citi, 20,000 overtime, and Nike, 775 jobs. Key drivers include AI restricting and, according to Newsec, cost-cutting and initiatives. Slovakia. Key sectors and companies with 2026 layoffs. Technology and AI. Amazon cutting 16,000 corporate jobs to start 2026 following 2025 cuts. All right. And don't forget everything that happened last year between Amazon and UPS. Thousands, man. Thousands. Meta reducing 10% of its Reality Labs division, approximately 1,500 roles for AI shifts. Pinterest cutting roughly 15% of its workforce. Block announced a 40% reduction in staff. Autodesk laying off approximately 1,000 employees. Angie eliminating 350 jobs. Logistics and shipping. UPS cutting up to 30,000 operational positions. Don't forget about the cuts from last year, man, which to my knowledge like what, 100K? Nike laying off 775 employees as distribution centers. Slovakia. Nike laying off 775 employees at distribution centers due to automation, which would be what? AI. Finance and banking. Citibank continued layoffs aiming for a potential 20,000 reduction. Damn. MasterCard restructuring with roughly 1,400 positions cut. Retail and consumer goods. Macy's closing facilities affecting over 1,000 employees. Home Depot, Procter and Gamble. All right, and I'm just gonna leave it right there, man. The list goes on. These things are not to be overlooked, man. These things right here show exactly what? That this land, America, Babylon the Great, the modern day Nineveh, the modern day Egypt is done for, man. It ain't no more, you know what I'm saying? Hey, let's go here and prosper. Let's go here and get rich. That's why I say again, man, you got more people leaving this place than you have coming to this place. And I got another Google AI article going over fast food chains. Fast food chains to close or go bankrupt 2026. Several major fast food and restaurant chains are closing hundreds of locations in 2026 due to inflation, high debt, and shifting consumer habits, with Wendy's, Pizza Hut, and Noodles Company leading closures. Others, including Jack in the Box, Papa John's, and Subway, face financial strain, while analysts note potential bankruptcy risks for several brands. Key restaurant closures and financial strain in 2026. Wendy's closing 300 through 600 U.S. locations. Pizza Hut planning to close 250 U.S. locations. Noodles and Company planning 30 to 35 additional closures in 2026. I don't even know what Noodles and Company is, man. But Jack in the Box, identified as having high debt to cash ratios, risking further closures. Papa John's, streaming operations and cutting corporate jobs. Subway, continuing to close locations with over 1,600 closed in the 4 years leading up to 2026. Red Robin had previously announced major closures through some performance improvements. Those some performance improvements were noted early in the year. Other chains listed with potential closures / risks: Hardee's, Denny's, Starbucks, TGI Fridays, and Sweetgreen. And it's more than just that, boss. Get it back into the topic, man. This place is done for. All right. At one point in time, and everybody wanted to come here, man. They can make some money. They can do this. They can do that, man. People are probably making the most that they've ever made, but things are going through the roof. We've been dealing with inflation for the longest, man. Now we're getting ready to deal with hyperinflation. Look at everything that's going on with the oil. Was not the biggest oil station in the world, like over there in Qatar, bombed not too long ago, alongside other, you know what I'm saying, oil stations in the Middle East. All right. These things are not to be overlooked. Things are going through the roof, man. To my knowledge, man, gas is like what, 403 for regular here in Florida? Well, some places around the United States being at like what, $7, $8? And I'm really thinking about California when I say that. Things are not going to get better. We would have healed Babylon if she could be healed, but hey, that's why the scripture say, man, take balm for her pain. This place is done for. Ain't no healing this place. We just waiting on everything to take place, waiting on the fulfillment of prophecy, and we're close to every minute that's taking place, man. There ain't gonna be no more jobs come real soon. There ain't gonna be no, oh, my car is nice, my house is nice, come real soon. That pride, all right, that feeling of, oh, I got it, or I got my shit in order, or whatever the short it is may be, that people deal with here in America, that's getting ready to be taken away, stripped from you. All right, comfort's being taken away, boss. All right. And Thwadi, how about Chanel shot for that? Because the sooner this place is done for and you know what I'm saying, burnt up, the sooner we get to our kingdom. But it's things that we got to go through. We're getting ready to go through that in real time, and we can see it. Getting back into the topic. This place is done for. Isaiah 19, verse 15. Hold on. Slocky. Let me see if I need to back up. 14. The Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Verse 15. Neither shall there be any more work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. That being said, ain't gonna be no work for nobody. Ain't no fast food, ain't no flipping patties, ain't no dishwasher, nothing. Telling that to this right here, all right? Because of everything I just brought out, man, we're right around the corner from things suddenly being, you know what I'm saying, unsown. Walmart, Costco, Kroger, these banks and all that having something, man, sooner or later, man, they're gonna have nothing. And with these banks that you guys have your money within it, all right, well, within these banks, there's a lot of contracts, you know what I'm saying, on almost every bank that when everything goes to shit, when push comes to shove, they have the right to take your money. So whatever you have now, just know you're not gonna have shit then. All right, 2nd Ezra 6 verse 22, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And we're closer than we've ever been to that taking place, man. And what is that going to lead to? Famines. Not only a famine of this word, Amos 8 verse 11, but a famine of food and water. All right. People are going to go hungry. Cannibalism is coming back. People are going to be like, the hell with what you saying, man. Hey, they're going to hang they're going to hang their neighbors by their ankles. All right. These are the times that we're coming into, man. 2 Kings 6 verse 25. And there was a great famine in Samaria. And behold, they besieged it until an ass's head was sold for 80 pieces of silver. That's an unlawful animal to eat. That is an unlawful animal to eat anyway, Salakia. And not only that, man, there's not any meat on the skull or the head. So just think about how bad things were. Just for that donkey's head to sell for that price. Read this again. And it was a great famine in Samaria, and behold, they besieged it until an ass's head was sold for 80 pieces of silver. And the fourth part of a cab of dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver. Man, that's shit. That is feces. That's what's getting ready to come back. And it's coming back with a bang, man. But this place is done for. All right? And it's evident. Isaiah 24 verse 7. Hold on, let's see if I need to back up. Verse 7. The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh. Verse 8. The mirth of the tabret ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth, the joy of the harp ceaseth. Verse 9. They shall not drink wine with a song, strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. Verse 10. The city's confusion is broken down, every house is shut up that no man may come in. Verse 11. There is a crying for wine in the streets, all joy is darkened, the mirth of the land is gone. I pulled it out to go over what? The mirth of the land is gone, all right? Because at one point in time, I said again, man, this was that place to be, man. This place was prospering, man. This place was booming. But now look at America. Babylon the Great. Nineveh. This place is done for, man. And if we keep cleaving on to this place, man, you're going to be done for as well. That's why the scripture said, man, arise ye and depart, for this not your rest. Woe unto you that go down to Egypt for help. The time is not for you to separate, to get right, and do the first works, to do the will of our Lord. The duty of man is straight more time to keep his commandments. Because best believe, man, we're coming in some very dark and very scary times that if you don't get right, man, you're going to die. And just think about that's how you can die and when you will die, which will be soon. With everything taking place right here in front of us, man, this shows where we're at. And Jacob's trouble is right here at the door, which would be what? The climax of this story. We are in the end. And 2 Timothy 3 verse 1 tells it. This know also in the last days, perilous times shall come. Time to this right here, Matthew 24 verse 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, none ever shall be. So that being said, we need to brace for impact and brace now. Because this place is done for. And if you keep going along as if nothing's going to take place, as if nothing's going to happen, man, what do you think is going to happen to you? We're coming to times where judgments are sought first at the house of the Lord. And just think about what judgment is going to be like as it's going out in the climax of the story. It'd behoove you to get right and to get right now, man. Saying it again, this place is done for. Lord's on this is edifying. In closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh-Shai, Bahashem-Rawchaa, Kodash. And double honors and respect to our elders and apostles, the great millstone, who rule and teach well. And peace, blessings, and salutations unto those who elect. Lord, whom this is edifying. So next time, Spirit allows. Shalom.